Good morning and welcome to another Gribley's Folly adventure. Woo! Good morning. Okay, so today I'm up really early and I'm going fishing with Brad, and we're gonna go way up in the mountains to this place with a lot of waterfalls. It's really pretty and people die there all the time, so that's cool. So I'm down here to get my morning meditations done, draw my tarot cards and light my fish candles and prepare for the day. I'm smoking river pipe. This is river pipe number 3. I have 3 pipes that I rotate out that have all been dropped in the river multiple times. And this one is developing some really interesting patina. I think this dark stuff here is trout shit. But everything else, this used to be a much darker pipe. And whatever finish they used to get that country gentleman sort of look at Missouri Meerschaum is apparently water soluble, or at least river water soluble. Getting some interesting cracks there. And this is not an old pipe. This is a pretty new pipe. So anyway, I have these 3 pipes that I've dropped in the river multiple times, and I just rotate through them when I'm going fishing. Smoking HH Old Dark Fired Ready Rub, which is a superior tobacco, and, well, it's just us. I'm going to tell you guys, I have to outfish Brad today. I have to. This failure is not an option. All right, we are approaching the rendezvous location. How many fish you caught, Brad?
17.
17. All right, I think I'm only up to 27 so far, so you can probably still catch up.
Probably.
Fish number 1 caught on a little terrestrial dry fly. So we've been at it for like half an hour, and I think we've caught 50 bluegill between us. It's crazy. I've never seen so many bluegill. There's Brad. We're gonna leapfrog him and go down here because I fish a lot slower than he does. So I'm kind of traipsing through this stuff. I encountered a dead person yesterday. It's not what you think. We did not find a dead body fishing, though I'm sure that time is coming. I was driving home. It's on a little 2-lane road, and it's pretty famous around here for traffic jams and stuff like that around rush hour. But this was mid-afternoon on a Saturday. Came upon this traffic jam. Yeah, so I'm just kind of like waiting in this line of cars, and there's nobody coming the other way. Thinking, oh, it's a wreck or something. And there was a car. When I pulled up a little bit, there was a car stopped in the other direction, and some folks were getting out and sort of standing around the car and reaching into the car. And I knew immediately what it was. And as I passed, I was able to confirm that the driver of the car was, an octogenarian gentleman who had very recently passed away, like within the last 10 minutes. And I guess he had known what was coming and pulled the car to a stop or whatever. There was a time in my life where I really wanted to see a dead body. Um, I mean, not really wanted, but like was excited by the idea that it's only a matter of time until I find a dead body fishing, that sort of thing. But once you see a few dead bodies in the wild, you don't want to see anymore. and and it kind of got to me there. I didn't stop. I should have stopped. But I didn't stop because it looked like it was under control, and stopping would have just clogged traffic more. And the dude was dead. There was not ain't no resuscitation when your face is already turning gray. Or not gray, but the blood. He was sitting in the passenger or in the driver's seat, so the blood had drained away. He was dead, and I didn't know if the people. I should have stopped. But I didn't because I could already tell that I was getting into trouble. Um, and I got in a little bit of trouble. I was able, I immediately called a friend and I was like, look, I need you to just talk to me on the phone for a minute. Because I just saw this thing and it brings up some other things, and I just need to be distracted. And came home and sat on the porch with my wife. The kid was asleep, so we were able to sit on the porch in peace and quiet for a minute. And I told her what had happened, and and what I said at that time was like, "Why does this shit always happen to me?" Which even now is just so selfish, such a selfish thing to say, because obviously this shit happened to the dead guy, and then the dead guy happened most immediately to the people around him in the car, like in the car or in the car behind him or whatever was going on. And then of course it's happening to his family today and yesterday, and so it didn't really happen to me, but that makes number 8. That makes the 8th dead body I've seen in the wild in my life, not counting funerals, just actual recently deceased people. And I'm tired of it. I don't want to see any more dead bodies. But again, I guess that's really selfish. I mean, it's not selfish to like not want to see a dead body, but it's selfish to think that you're the one that's the primary locus of anxiety and pain there when you see one. And one dead body sort of brings all the rest back up, and I think that I don't know what I think. I don't know what I think about that. The fishing was great. We had an absolutely amazing day on the water. Between the two of us, we caught more than 60 fish, 60 fish. No trout, no trout. We both caught a couple of bass, but the rest were little sunfish. And after a while, we just started calling them trout. But it was a great time. We got a little bit turned around out in the woods. We weren't lost. At no point were we lost. But I was gonna take video if we caught something big, and we'll get to this in another video. But my action camera is dead, so I was not rolling the whole time. Anyway, that's why there's not really any video. I can show you pictures of 30 or so sunfish. But it was a great day, and every instance in which well, except for one, most instances in which I've encountered dead bodies were otherwise great days. And I was on the way to some other destination that I was excited about reaching, or something had happened that day that I've always been in a good mood. Always been in a good mood when I encounter these things, and I don't know what that means, but there's a weight to it that you know, it just speaks right to you in a way that nothing else I've encountered really does. You know, it just says, hey, you know, don't forget, this is fleeting. This is not a this is not yours. You don't own this day. You don't own this fishing trip. You don't own this drive home. And as much as it shakes me up, I think it's good to get a good reminder of that every now and then. Well, this has been a really unexpected turn for this video, and I guess I'll end it here. Thanks for watching. More fishing videos to come. Keep the ends out for the ties that bind. Okay, breaking news. Excuse me. Give me just a second here. Breaking news. We just found out, new intel, the guy was not dead. He was just very, very close to being dead. He was in a diabetic coma. So that's totally fine then. But seriously, that's good. Makes me feel better. And thank you all for watching. Keep the ends out for the ties that bind. Be glad you're not dead or in a diabetic coma. That looked really rough.
You want to go Eagles?
Okay.
Eagles?
We can go to Ingles. All right. Looks like we're going.